Hello, can you hear us, Denny's?
What's going on?
All right. I don't know. Do you guys hear anything? I don't hear anything.
I hear us, but I didn't hear any intro music.
I didn't either. It didn't come up. I don't know. Oddly enough, it's ironic. We were just talking about the technical issues that happen in the studio. As we had a technical issue.
That's ironic.
Well, it is if it didn't happen so frequently.
Now it's just a pattern.
So we're not on right now.
Are we on?
Yeah.
We are on.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
He's pulled it up. He said we're not on. Aren't you?
I don't know. Denny says it's on his phone. He said we're thumbs up.
Okay.
All
I don't know what Denny's saying. It's either I trust Denny's or I trust Bird. Who you trusting, Virginia?
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's kind of hurtful.
I'm just telling you, we got
Sophie's choice.
You got to pick one of the two.
I asked if we were on the fucking air. I don't know diddly shit about diddly dick, so trust Denny's.
Well, we're not on the air. We're on the podcast.
No, I know. I get it. The fuck is going on?
Just another day.
Smooth start.
Yeah.
That might be the worst start of a podcast.
Can we just start over?
We should start over.
I don't think
regroup.
but it's not on us. It's on our equipment. I'm not taking that L.
This is the After the Show podcast.
Kevin ain't going out like that.
I ain't taking that L. I told y'all the crap don't work.
As long as it doesn't go over the airwaves is all I care about.
Yeah, we're on. Yeah, chat's all there. We're all good. Yeah, It was a little bit of a rocky start, and that's why, because we're not hearing what we're supposed to be hearing, but at least we're there.
The worst was when the microphones were on, but we didn't know that our chat room could hear all this stuff was being said and go, we might want to fix that feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was me that was mouthing off.
Imagine that.
You don't want to give me a mouth off, Mike. You'll hear some stuff.
By the grace of God, music came in right when you were really about to talk some major shit. It was almost like the radio gods saved us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, here we go. It is the Friday KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy to be here. Nice little weekend. Getting all excited. We're Bamboozle, always a fun event. It is on Clematis Street in downtown West Palm Beach. We're going to be at ER Bradley's 4 o'clock. They're doing a mechanical bowl that is out there. You get to ride that with different flair and fashion, and we're going to be judging on who's doing it the right ways.
It's going to be fun. We've never done the mechanical bull. We've never been outside at ER Bradley's. So it's going to be a little warm, but we're excited to do something fun and new and be the official judges.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. Yeah, I always love going to Bradley's. Good to see everybody and all that kind of stuff. So I've never judged a bull riding contest. But yeah, you can do it different ways. I mean, I've seen it done before, and it is kind of entertaining, actually, if you watch, because there was a bar in Chicago, and I remember their whole thing was they had a huge little arena in the middle for mechanical bull riding, and the guy would operate it. Hot chicks would get on there, and he would do it where the thing would gyrate, and their boobs would be shaking and all kinds of stuff. And they even had, I think they had a water cannon, if I remember right. Sometimes they would hit the dudes with it when they got annoying on that thing. So I remember riding that. That was a good time.
There was one on Bourbon Street at a bar called Bourbon Cowboy.
Okay.
And we used to always go and ride that thing. I mean, that was a surefire way to get free drinks. We rode it one time. My girlfriend rode backwards and I rode forwards, and we got a lot of free drinks after that ride.
Oh, Kevin, doesn't that sound real hot?
Oh, I know, right?
These jugs were delicious back in the day.
Oh, yeah, they were, huh? Okay.
And back in the day, you used the term jugs because no one else does now.
Jugs.
By the way, it's one of my favorite words for boobs.
Yeah,
look at the jugs on her.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got a bunch of emails here with some questions. Always happy to try to answer them here on the After the Show. Half the reason why we do this thing. Christine had said, happy Friday, y'all. I got a quick question, though, being a Palm Beach County listener. We always love listening to what's happening for the weekend, but we're wondering, it seems like a lot of the events are things that happen south of Lake Worth, if not even Boca, maybe in Miami. Why is that? Typically, a lot of the events that I'm going to give you, it's kind of the major headline stuff that is out there. And I'll tell you, every community kind of has their own thing. And I try to find those, and sometimes they are harder to find. But I don't go down in the minutia. A lot of times, it's stuff that people would probably travel for to see, like the weekend playing Hard Rock Stadium. You'll have people from all over South Florida that's attending that event. If it's a Dolphins game or Inter Miami game, something like that, you may not have been aware that they got a home game, but you might travel for that. So you have everything from craft bazaars to our churches doing a pumpkin patch and stuff like that. Like if I did that, that would be a 45-minute segment and you guys would tune out so fast. So I can't do every single event, but I try to just kind of do the big headlines. So that's why it is. And just because of population base, a lot of the major stuff happens south. So that's it. It's not a slight to anything else. And if you have a cool event that is going on that is going to attract thousands, then please let me know and make me aware of it, especially stuff in the Treasure Coast. I struggle a lot of times trying to find some of their stuff that they have going on, but I do keep an eye out for all of it. So that's why.
And we got much love for the Treasure Coast as well.
Yeah, we were just there, 4th of July.
Yeah.
We rocked tradition. It was so fun.
Yeah. So that's the rationale on it. Mike says, we want to know because nobody wants to drive south. Yeah, but when you get 60,000 people in Hard Rock Stadium, there's clearly some people that, want to check that out. So that's kind of the philosophy on it as to why we do it. So
He's Kev of the masses.
Yeah.
He's broad appeal Kev.
Well, we're a mass appeal radio station. That's what we do. I know that, when you have that, it's not for everybody, but it's, kind of in the mainstream.
We masses for those asses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the questions that came out with that is Jan had asked, she said, do you guys get to choose what songs you play, or are you going off of a list? That would suck. I guess meaning if you had to follow a list. Yeah, really the only flexibility we get, we do the Free For All Fridays, and so we kind of know contextually about what to go in, but those songs we get to pick. Otherwise, there's songs that are programmed, and musical programming we've touched on a bit. This is a mass appeal, massively huge hit radio station, and that's what they play. And so they don't have concerns about the fringes and all that. And I've kind of talked about the reasons why and the scheduling and studying that goes on with that. And I know a lot of people will listen and be like, I hate all the music that you guys play. And that's fine. It's just, it's not your thing. But that's why they call formats. They're radio formats or musical formats. You'll have country, you'll have alternative, you'll have that. And they group that up to try to get the most amount of people that they can that love that kind of music.
And the other thing, too, is we don't pick the music. We have nothing to do with that. I mean, I know commercials and music's always people. The one thing you always hear a lot of noise from. There's just certain things, just like anyone else's job. There's certain things you ain't got no control over. And those are things we don't have control over.
The station kind of goes like this, and they are great. They stay out of our way when it comes to content. So KVJ, we get to choose the content and what we talk about, how we talk about it, as long as we stay within the FCC guidelines. So that's great. They give us so endless freedom on that. The thing that we don't control that we give to them is the music and commercials. So if you hear something in the music or with the commercials you don't like, that's on them. If there's something with the content, that's on us. So that's kind of how it divides down the line.
That's a great way of explaining it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he gets the medium bucks.
That's it. All right, got a question here from Michael. He said, interesting debate. You guys were talking about the dildos flying onto WNBA courts, but what about the rats on the ice rink at a Panthers game? What is worse, dildos or rats?
Well, they're not throwing real rats out there.
No, they're rubber rats.
Oh, dildos are worse.
Way worse.
Because you're talking going sexual in front of kids. Rats.
Right.
I mean, come on.
If we have to explain why dildos are worse, dude.
Hit yourself in the head with a dildo.
Hit yourself right in the fucking forehead with a big dildo.
I don't think you should throw anything out on that's going to hinder or hurt anybody.
But the team does like the rubber rat
Okay,
thing.
then I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's a thing. Hats and rubber rats, there's times in the game when you should throw that.
And I would say the Panthers do it better because for the most part, it's in a stoppage in play where the rats will come out onto the ice.
Right.
And it's while the actual play is going on that the dildos are getting chucked. And that's why it is worse. And not even just because it's a sexual thing and not a family-friendly item, but that makes it one thing. But yeah, the fact it's happening during play is also where it's a foul.
That's a great point. And two, most people don't jive with when you start getting vulgar like that, you're going to lose a lot of people who are going to get angry with you.
It's meant to be insulting and vulgar to the women that are playing the game.
Yeah.
At the Panthers game, the rats and the hats are good.
Yep. and it has a story in. There was a player on the Panthers back in the 90s, and he apparently killed a rat in the locker room before because they were in, the shitty confines of Miami Arena, and then he went out and scored a couple goals, and that kind of became legendary. So it's a unique thing to the Panthers that celebrates when they're doing well.
Yes.
The Dildos is demeaning, and
Well, too, the other thing, people don't like it when kids are around that kind of shit. And you got kids watching.
Hey, Daddy, what's that?
It's a dildo.
Yeah. So I get it. You're throwing things on the court, but yeah, one's definitely a lot worse than the other. Got some of the things that we say too frequently here on the show. We're trying to be mindful of that and see, okay, how many times in a week will we say it? We started the count at 6:30 this morning. So we'll check back in next Friday at 6:30 to see how many times we did it. We already violated it a couple times. We found out that interesting is one of those things. And I think it's an interesting or fascinating standing alone. Because you can use interesting, I think, still in a sentence. I think that's a little extreme.
But there's been times where in one conversation, interesting, fascinating,
right. It's the overuse of it, yes, that we're trying to just see how much are we abusing that. And Annabelle said, basically is another one that kills me.
Oh, yeah.
Hear that a lot.
That's a crutch word.
And Vicky says, Kevin always says, and all that kind of stuff, and all this kind of stuff. It's been driving me insane for years.
Really? Okay. That bothers you?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
All this kind of stuff, all that kind of stuff.
I'm sure if you hung out with her for a few days, she'd say some shit that annoys you.
Yeah, that's just it. So we're
every human will.
Exactly.
We're like, what are those things? So I'll pay attention to that as well. We'll see how much I do that in the next week. So we're asking people to help us keep count on that to see just how egregious are we with overusing some of those words. Lisa said, Kevin always says coming up in a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's a tough one to get around, though, because
he's on a clock.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like saying, oh, you say KVJ a lot. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's some things you gotta say.
There's a few things that, I kind of got to say, or maybe code word I say a lot.
Kev, you say the code word, too.
Yeah, I just don't know that some of those things I can't get around. It's kind of more the crutches that we're trying to point out. Alyssa said, talking about Jaybird's neighborhood and that dog, the menacing dog that's just kind of sitting there, looks like it might attack you if you went by it. Alyssa said, in your neighborhood, the dog, even though it's sitting there off leash, it doesn't matter if it's on the owner's property. So animal control is not going to do anything about that. We've had an issue in our neighborhood, and as long as the dog stays on its own property, they can do whatever they want. They won't write a citation unless the dog runs off of its property. And then it becomes an issue.
And I kind of want to use that story just to kind of get into the conversation about people, especially when they're walking their dogs around other dogs, just don't not have your dog on a leash, because the people are right. I didn't even know about the invisible fence and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to get this dog in trouble. It just comes off aggressive, and when you try to walk, it looks like it's going to charge you. But I mean, a lot of people defended the dog, saying, "Hey, it's a great guard dog."
Yeah, right.
And which it is, because I wouldn't know anyone who would want to fuck with that thing.
It's a great guard dog as long as it stays on the property.
Yeah,
but if it's not on a leash and it's antagonized or it wants to go chase after a kid or another dog, that's horrifying.
Yeah, the reason why I wasn't sure that it was an invisible fence, because sometimes it's in the backyard, sometimes it's in the front yard. If it's in the front yard or in the backyard, you can walk by it. If it's in the front yard, it will run even in the driveway sometimes, closer to the sidewalk, and that's where you kind of get a little nervous.
Yeah.
But I ain't trying to get no dogs in trouble.
Yeah. No, you just want to make sure everybody stays safe. And they, first, I think it's a weird flex on the owners. I don't know. I love that. But maybe they know the dog and know that it's, very friendly and it's not going to cause any problems.
Believe me, a lot of dog experts emailed me and sent me messages and made me feel bad. I get it. The dog's allowed to stay in the front yard as long as it doesn't leave. I wasn't trying to fuck up the dog's life. Although it does look like a dirt dog.
Dirty dog, huh?
No, it looks like a dirt dog, a dog made of dirt. It's bizarre. He just looks like he needs a bath.
Okay, I got you. Got Alberto here. He said, I just want to give you guys a heads up on these school traffic cameras in Miami-Dade County here. They don't just give you tickets for school hours. They also send you a speeding ticket if you go past the regular posted limit after school hours. Meaning if the regular speed limit is 30 miles per hour, when the school zone lights are not in use and the camera catches you going above that, they still send you a ticket. My county supervisor keeps letting us drivers know this because even the county vehicles are getting ticketed, and that falls on the driver. Okay.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they're doing that. I think throughout South Florida, and the story had been that Boca was one of those towns, and I had warned my wife because outside of my kid's school, and she has seen the camera now, so that's one of the places. So I think it's, I don't know if Broward and Martin and St. Lucie are doing it, but it's definitely a Miami-Dade and Palm Beach County thing, and they're going to expand in Palm Beach County to different cities. Boca, I think, was one of the first. So, yeah, kind of heads up on that.
Wow.
Also, Carlos sent an email. He said, you guys mentioned your credit cards charging you a few bucks a month for no reason. I just want to point out that it could be that you chose a credit card that has an annual fee. There are plenty of them that charge anywhere from $29 to $169 a year, and those are not one-time payments. They're broken up into monthly payments. Sounds like that's what you're paying. Check your cards definitely, and if that's the situation, then quit all your crying and apologize to your credit card company and let those rich fuckers rip you off in peace. Okay. I don't know. Is that applying to somebody? I had talked about a service fee that had happened at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino that my wife said that, hey, when you try to withdraw, it was a $45 charge, but that doesn't have to do with our credit card. That was just using their machine that they charge you that. Did somebody say anything about a charge?
I don't know what the fuck that guy's talking about.
I don't either.
She's so confused.
Yeah.
Well, because I talked about a fee too, but it was like an assessment fee when I was traveling in Italy. They do charge you to use a credit card over there. It's a small percentage, but it does get added after your original purchase.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was saying was...
But that wasn't from the credit card company. That was from the traveling overseas, I think.
We just went on a rant about when you pay off your credit card, you're down to a zero. The next month, you have a $5 fee in there. And if you don't realize that, that can turn into late charges. And we went on a big rant about that.
Yeah, those cards need to go right in the trash. I need to cancel those and never use that company again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'm aware of all the credit card, all that kind of stuff. So I think we might be talking about two different things.
Yeah, I'm fucking it up.
I don't know what he's talking
Well,
about.
she's confused. I think I'm trying to. Yeah, you're right. We're all confused here.
And Michelle is wanting to know where Virginia got her FSU, LSU Tumbler. My son goes to FIU and my daughter to FSU, and I would love something like that.
So there is a KVJ Nationer. You can find them on Instagram, Juju Styles. Juju, Juju, and then Styles with a Z. Mm-hmm. And they're now living in Orlando, and they custom make those. So they are not cheap, but they are worth every penny.
How much?
It depends on what you get done. Like the ones that are bedazzled are a little more. The ones that are just, regular are a little less. But you can customize. So yeah, Juju Styles.
So no answer about how much?
I think I paid 100 and something for the
For a damn cup.
Are you fucking kidding
for
me?
the bedazzled one because she puts the stones on crystal by crystal, and I gave it as a gift to a little Smiles kid, and so for me that was worth it.
Okay. All right.
$150.
I gave it to a little Smiles kid.
Well,
Don't you think that kid's worth it?
Oh my gosh, don't you dare turn this around on me with your fucking Cajun guilt. No.
Wow.
I'm not accepting that on a Friday.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about $150 for a tumbler. I love the fucking kids. Don't you fucking pay me as a monster.
The kid was sitting in a bed, sick, all feeble.
Thank you so much.
Jason says I shouldn't have this.
It's the only good thing that's happened to me since I got my cancer.
And you're going to go in there and just cause all kinds of
No,
shit.
don't bury the headline. $150 Tumbler.
Virginia, for my overpriced tumbler. Done by hand.
You're welcome. I think you're worth it, little guy.
Thank you so much, Virginia. I haven't smiled in years.
This is horse shit. It's what the media does.
But I know some people don't like expensive tumblers.
No, they don't think you're worth
Not even for kids with cancer.
No, you're not going to do some witch Sith bullshit mind trick on me.
Just did.
No, I'm fighting back.
That's amazing. Couple questions here. One, got a text from the 954, said, thanks for brightening my day. You don't know how much joy I get listening to your show, but then after the show, I turn on the Shark and I listen to Alternative for hours. But then this week when I turned it on, it's sports radio. Yes, they did make a switch there. Please, because you're a radio DJs, reach out to Ashley O, who's lost her job.
Oh, yeah, we used to work with Ashley O. She was very nice.
She
We
is
love
a fantastic
Ashley
human.
O.
Yes, Ashley O is a fantastic human. She was the first person I thought of when I saw that they had flipped that. And so, yeah, I'll try to drop a line to her and just kind of reach out. She said, where are we to tune into alternative rock? A big loss in this area. Yeah, it's not going to be on broadcast radio. I mean, I do the Apple Music, and so they've got little channels that you can listen to done by format, as I was talking earlier. And so what I do is I listen to the alternative, and that lets me know the new music that's out there. And when I hear a song, I'm like, oh, that's a good little tune. I grab it and throw it in my little alternative playlist. And that's how I listen to
Or
music.
you got to move to Seattle, bruh.
Yeah, Seattle loves their alternative. L.A., Chicago, New York, yeah, those cities love it. So, yeah, just not South Florida.
You wonder why, other than just...
It's temperament. You go to different cities, and, you know, look, everybody's got different energy. Everybody's got different temperament. We talk about South Florida's unique because you've got different energies city by city. Boca has got a much different energy than Lake Worth.
Absolutely.
And isn't that crazy? They're in the same county.
Oh, I am so much more of a Lake Worth vibe than a Boca.
And the one thing that kind of is kind of the commonality is the either the cocaine or the meth or both of them together, kind of making Florida just a little unique.
Makes it interesting. Mm-hmm.
That Tumbler that everybody's talking about, I said the name wrong. It's Juju's Custom Styles.
Okay.
Sorry, I said
Is that
it wrong.
Styles with a Z?
Yes.
Of course it is.
It
I
is.
just threw it out there. I figured.
And Juju's with a Z as well.
Of course it is.
So it got jumbled in my brain.
No, I think it's pretty clear, the message.
So sorry. I botched it.
Virginia, you don't have to give us any more plugs, please. You're going to get a
Let's
message.
stop helping us.
Like, you're sending people to this other fucking person. They got more followers than us now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Juju.
A person is asking here, has Jaybird seen the Billy Joel special on HBO? If not, I highly recommend it. It's so good, they say.
I am going to. I've not seen it yet. I have not had time to watch it because it's a large piece of watching, and I want to really take my time with it. And I'd like to do it on a day where I know there's nothing planned the next day. But yes, it's been on my list, and I'm going to watch it.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let us know.
He's kind of a fake fan. I mean, I think I heard all the real fans already watched it.
I tried watching some of what I saw clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Okay. All right. Do you know what it is about? How deep it goes? Is it just his overall life, or do they go into something special?
I think they go into some special stuff that even I might, as a diehard Billy Joel fan that knows a lot about Billy Joel, I think it will probably show some stuff that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And did you see that? I'm not sure, because Billy Joel's good friends with Howard Stern. Did you see that he's kind of he's got some shit going on with his contract, and they're saying he's out, he's about to be out, he's going to take a big pay cut, and if he does take a big pay cut, he might go over to HBO Go or a Netflix kind of a thing.
Interesting.
I think he's going to morph into just one-on-one interviews.
It'll be interesting to see. He's going to be doing a press conference on September 6th.
They said he's lost a fuck ton of listeners.
Well, it's not even the same show, and he's not even really the same guy. He's been on the news and things like that, or different outlets, because of this. And there have been a lot of comments about never before has anybody seen a show that started targeting one audience and ended by targeting another. And, he was very much the blue collar. I'm a fireman. I listen to Howard Stern. He was just like, he's a champion of the people. And he would rip down the celebrities and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, that became his inner circle. And, he's hanging out with the rich and famous. And then he kind of started pulling some of the punches. Like he used to go in on the celebrities. He had really tough interviews with them. And
it's not tough interviews anymore. No. They're usually fluff pieces.
Yep.
And, that he got the nickname Hampton Howie because he wants to, he wants to be around the rich people, like you're saying.
Yeah, so it's really interesting that the stuff, how he started talking early in his career, it's really just the tale of two different shows.
And he went super, super political.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I mean, very political.
You know where he lines up.
He lost a lot of people, I think, just by getting so political.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
I don't listen because when I do listen, it's all of the people that I don't like on his show. All those side players.
And I don't even think they're doing that much.
Are annoying. I like listening to Howard. I like listening to Robin. I like listening to him do interviews. But when you get like Sal.
When's the last time you've heard a modern day Howard Stern show?
It's been a minute.
It's pretty fucking brutal.
Whenever I'm in a rental car, I usually get lucky and they have like the Sirius in it and I'll listen and I just like, I don't know. It's not good to me anymore. And I used to love Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people did. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Private Parts.
I love the movie Private Parts.
He did such a great job as an actor. And that was a really good movie.
It's so powerful. It's amazing.
I think for the most part, now he was still a little bit of the Howard when he went to satellite radio, but that was the big change. When he went to that point, I think that just really kind of changed the dynamic. And then when he lost, what was the guys on the heroin?
Artie.
Yeah, when that, I think that was, kind of the signaling. It just went, they didn't replace Artie, and then they kind of, I think he just drifted more into, it was a radically different show.
They do say, a lot of the fans note that when Artie left and they brought in a brand new consultant, the consultant changed Howard's image completely, and you saw a major different show.
He's just got people that I don't care about around him. Like, they're so not funny. There's like Jackie back in the day, Jackie the Joke Man, at least was funny. Artie was hilarious. I loved Artie Lang. Yeah. But these idiots now around him are not funny.
Jackie is so bitter. I watch a lot of interviews with him currently. Yeah, he's so bitter.
I get it.
He had a great run, but I think you can lose yourself when you kind of dabble in that world. And I think it's hard, especially if you're trying to be a show for the everyman. You just lose that perspective. They're in a bubble all to their own. And, through my daughter's eyes and knowing what she does, she's with a very wealthy family, and seeing the circles that they have, you just lose yourself because it's not. I love hearing the stories because I'm like, that's so unrelatable. But you can't relate to people if you're living, because they don't live in a real world. No. The resources that they have and the access that they have, and their friends, they're all rich and famous. And, it's the same thing with your algorithm on social media. You can get into your own bubble and you can lose perspective just on who you're following and what it's feeding you. It's the same way. When you become wealthy and you allow yourself to absorb into that lifestyle, you lose yourself and you can't relate to normal people. Yeah, you just can't.
And when he got on that one show, was it American Idol or what?
America's Got Talent?
His fans, because he would go on for 45 minutes, like pretty much doing a commercial for the show, and his fans are going, "It's not what we want to hear. We don't want to hear this shit."
Yeah, absolutely. So look, it just happened. He got wealthy, and he ran with it. And it would have been hard to do. What is he going to do? He really shouldn't have gone to the if he wanted to be him. He shouldn't have gone to the Hamptons, shouldn't have bought all the mansions, shouldn't have done all that kind of stuff, because if you're not talking to real people, how do you talk to real people?
Yeah, and now people are taking because all this announcement of he possibly leaving Sirius, people are getting old clips back, and there's one that's very eerie when they are interviewing Dana Plateau from Different Strokes.
The one that died.
She died the next day after doing the Stern show, and I watched the Stern clip of when she was on there. It's fucking brutal what she kind of went through on that show that day. You could tell they were screening calls, in my opinion. They were letting the worst of the worst get through and just really say some terrible, terrible things. And she starts crying halfway through.
I saw that post, and I didn't confirm it. I just kind of went on. But what they had said, she committed suicide the next day.
The next day.
I don't know if that's true or not, because I didn't do the work on that. That's what the post was claiming.
It was either overdose, but she died the next day, and they had to go on the show on Monday and address it. And it was a very bizarre thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he went to the edge, and there's a few things, of course, now through our eyes. I'm sure it's just rare that the guy you see today was doing that kind of content at that point.
Well, even back then in the shock jock era, you watching that's uncomfortable, man.
Right.
A woman's crying twice, and I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't.
You watch it. And
I'm
you go,
okay with edgy, but you can see when somebody, it's like, let them up. I've been in situations where they're teasing too much. It's not fun when you can tell you're really cutting and stabbing somebody deep. And I've been in those kind of situations, and I'm like, let them up, man. Just stop.
Yeah.
This
What are
isn't
you
fun.
doing? Right.
Yeah, what are you doing? They've had enough.
We're
Throw
not
on the
into
damn
this.
towel.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Yeah, and that's kind of what
look
that
into
was.
that. It makes.
Well, and I look at the list of the people that currently are around him. Benji, annoying. Richard, terrible. Sal, terrible. He's got all these people around him that aren't good. The only ones I like are Robin and Fred that are still there. And Gary. I like Gary. Gary's still there.
Out of all of them that's currently there, would be my favorite would be Gary.
Gary, Fred, Robin, Howard. Get rid of everybody else and keep those four. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
The rest of them are. Benji is unlistenable. Unlistenable.
Well, I would say, to me, where Howard's status is, he's, hyping up this press conference on September 6th. I don't know if anybody gives a shit.
That's
what
just
he has to
it.
say. I don't care. I think it'd probably be best for him to go and do a podcast and do his own little thing and all that. But, his contribution's amazing. He's done amazing radio. He was a trailblazer. He's one of the greatest of all time. If you did the Mount Rushmore radio, he still belongs on it.
He does.
You can't take anything away from what he's done in his career. But yeah, it's just not the same dude, not the same show. So it is what it is. And I mean, the guy's 71.
Yeah,
so
and
had a good career.
That's a great run.
And look, you do change as you get older. You can't, do you really want to hear a 71?
Right, you gotta
Robin,
evolve.
let's see if she likes anal, Robin. I don't know if you really want to hear that from a 71-year-old.
You got to evolve. You got to evolve. I think the only thing with that is his fans are saying, you're not putting on the show you used to put on. It's radically different. I mean, it's not even like he just got more calm. Wow. It's just a different dude. And when you're paying for it and saying, hey, I'm on this team, I'm paying for the kind of content. I thought I was buying one thing. It's like, hey, I came to buy milk and you gave me Coke.
Yeah, no,
it's not the same thing.
You're right. He's a completely different person. It's a different show.
Yeah, it is. So there you go. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. A story I saw today, and didn't have a chance to rant on it on the regular show, but I am happy for it. I kind of went off on this where, there are small little pockets in South Florida where the gay community, really thrives, and they kind of get together, whether it be Wilton Manors or Lake Worth Beach, places like that. And to me, I think when you have a little community in like that it's nice when you want to live around people that have like interests and things along those natures. And they had put in those rainbow crosswalks and everything, which I thought was pretty on top of it. And then
loved
it
them.
lets you know that you're in a neighborhood that, okay, there's a lot of gay people here, and that's their choice, and they want to do that. And then there was a state thing that had come in saying, yeah, no go. You got to get rid of all those things. Well, Delray Beach has now voted that they are going to defy the state, and they're going to take it to court, and they're not going to get rid of theirs. I think they had in Boynton, West Palm also complied with the directive. And to me, I think that's good. I think that To me, I like smaller government in the sense where a community, you get to decide what you guys do in your community.
Yeah.
In your state, you get to decide what you do in your state, but I'm not a big fan of this kind of stuff. And to me, I thought they were pretty. I know it offends some people because they just don't like anything gay and they don't want them to ever even say they're gay or whatever, but they do it because they've been persecuted and it's so hard for them to be who they want to be. And I think if you have empathy and understanding for people, it's not to say that you're flushing it in your face and we're going to have dildos and dicks all over the place and all this stuff. Yeah, that's too much. But to me, doing a rainbow crosswalk that's pretty, I don't know why that's so offensive to some. And especially in their own little town where they celebrate it and that's who they are, it should be able to have that kind of character. Like it would be, for instance, if you go into a Cuban neighborhood, it's like, well, we don't want to see anything Cuban because I find being Cuban offensive and I don't want to see it. Don't celebrate who you are.
It's ridiculous.
I agree. And so for that reason, I'm happy they're doing that. I think the state got it wrong and I hope that they win because I think you should be able to do that. And I know that there's a lot of people that hate what I'm saying right now, but I've always been a champion for the gay community in that sense. I got a son. My oldest son is gay and I'm happy for him and I want him to be who he is. And so I stand up for people like that because it's to them, it's an essence of who they are. And I think we all should be able to be who we are. I don't have to shove it in your face, and nobody wants that. But for them to be able to celebrate, be like, I'm gay, and this is what it is, and it's a rainbow crosswalk that makes us so happy, I don't know why anybody feels like they would have to take that away from them in their neighborhood.
Well, why would you care if somebody else wants to be gay? You know what? If you hate gay, don't be gay. Like, why are you so mad at somebody else's life and their choice of who they love? Like, it doesn't affect you. Mm-hmm. You need to do your own thing and love who you love. What do you care who somebody else loves?
Yeah, so it looks like Delray, Key West, is voted unanimously to keep their rainbow crosswalks.
Good.
And that is another gay community. And look, when you go into Key West, if you're like, I can't stand to see anything gay, don't go to Key West.
Exactly.
They're gay and they love to be gay, and they should have that opportunity to be in a place where they can be who they are and be proud to be gay. And same thing with Fort Lauderdale. I think they're going to push back, and I think that's the right thing. I'm happy to see in these instances these communities standing up and saying, no, we feel like this is overreach.
It is overreach.
Yeah. And, you know, in West Palm Beach, what they did, they took a beautiful rainbow crosswalk and they painted it black. And I was like, okay, well, there's nothing special or unique about that. So I just want to throw that in there because I'm happy to see that they're doing that.
Crosswalks seem to have some flair, baby.
That's all it is.
It's a fucking crosswalk.
It's like, you know what? I love murals too. I think murals do a lot to buildings.
Yes.
And I hated they had one building in downtown West Palm Beach where they were going to paint over the mural. I'm like, well, that's just boring.
It is boring.
Why are we doing that? Why are we taking away the colors of life?
I mean, that's boring.
Absolutely.
is.
There you go. All right. So that's my own little rant. I just wanted to get in here because I believe in that kind of stuff. So I apologize for it. But, you know,
Don't
I'm just doing what the hell
apologize.
I do. You know, if I didn't say anything, I think I'd feel worse. So there you go.
There's nothing for you to apologize for.
That's
No.
it. Well, I know I'm going to get some shit, but that's okay.
It's part of the
bring
gig.
the shit.
It's part of the gig.
Please, shit on him.
Shit on me, mail at kvjshow.com. There you go. All right, we'll hopefully see you guys out tomorrow doing a little bamboozle. It's going to be 4 p.m. at ER Bradley's. We love going there. There's just a great place. It's a great bar. If you're coming from out of town, I think you'll have a good time hanging out there. It's one of those bars in South Florida that you need to see and hang out with us for a good cause.
And when you see all the kids and the grown-ups running up and down Clematis Street in costume, that's us. Bamboozle has a fun theme. It's called Cowboys versus Aliens.
Yep.
So we're all going to be either dressed in cowboy or alien gear.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
All right, so don't miss it. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Goodbye.